Let's try this one. How do knights move?
What? What the hell are you saying? I know very well how the knights move, Magnus.
Go, Magnus! Go deeper, go deeper!
Keep going. No. Just let me think. What?
So you're gonna play d4?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say though, I mean, our first 30 moves were excellent, so.
I'll take it and I'll selectively cut it. I'll selectively cut. I might not sleep for the next 2 weeks, but I'll recover eventually. Knight f6, Andrea.
Knight f6, okay.
Yeah.
Bishop f. I'm also worse than endgame, so I'm hoping to get an advantage in the middle game.
Magnus, what would you play here? And then I'll tell you what your 10-year-old play.
Probably would play d5.
You played e6.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's very reasonable. That's actually the system that I used to play when I was a little bit older, I would say, than 12. Sorry, than 10. Probably 12, 13. I started playing e6.
Interesting. So
Oh, sorry, I should make my move.
Yeah, you can make your
I
move.
was like, I don't know what I was waiting for. Okay.
I need to go close. No, apparently there's a storm outside.
Yeah, no worries. Chat, there's no ghost. Relax.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you make your move?
So Magnus, what would you play here? What would you guess that your 10-year-old play here? Let's see how well you know your 10-year-old self.
C5 or b6.
You played c5.
Okay, good stuff.
Oh, I hope.
Andrea's gonna panic.
I don't think he'll go in the queen b6 line. I wonder if I should have not played
I
it.
don't think so either. I think it's gonna be b6 based. At least that's what I played a little bit later.
Because then maybe I should have went without knight f3.
So here you played c takes d4.
Oh, that's also something that I used to play a little bit later.
Okay. I normally like when they trade. I feel like it's a little bit more comfortable to play as white.
And here, what would you predict of yourself, Magnus?
It's not b6, I'm very sad. Or bishop b7, bishop b7 is okay.
B6, you played b6.
Okay, good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Magnus, if black played queen b6, would you reply with queen c1 as white? Or...
I probably would. I think, actually, yeah, maybe in this case, knight d2 is good because queen b2, knight c4, queen b4, c3 actually seems to just trap the queen.
Okay, just curious. Because I think
I think he played queen c3 check, but that line also works.
Okay, so you played b6?
Yep, he played b6.
Okay.
That was actually a very nice line though.
Yeah, I didn't like my position if there was queen b6.
Also queen b6, queen c1 is perfectly reasonable in this particular position.
Okay. I'm thinking what move order I want to go for. Okay.
Okay, bishop d3.
Bishop.
I would say though, at 10 I had learned the hedgehog, and I probably, against these sorts of lines I probably was trying to get hedgehogs all the time, so I'm sort of predicting that moves bishop b7, d6, knight bd7, bishop e7, castles, queen c7 are going to happen in some order.
And here you did play bishop b7, so I think we are going to see you go into
Okay, I'll castle as well.
Okay.
See if the hedgehog is going to come out.
Bishop e7, similar to what he said was his plan.
Okay, I was debating whether I want to go for
Magnus,
c4.
Is it true that you're just playing everybody in a simul on the Play Magnus app?
Probably wouldn't have admitted if it was true, because that's not what it's advertised as.
Okay, I normally push c3, but I'm feeling a little bit spicy. I don't know if it's the best risk.
Knight c6 here.
Maybe I should have played solid.
I'm not so sure about knight c6. But I would have loved to see castle there.
So you would have delayed it?
I'm gonna think
Probably
if there's any way.
would have gone castles and then d5 on the next move, trying to saddle white with an Isolani.
Wait, did you say B? Oh, D5.
D5.
Okay. Castle and D5. Okay.
So now you know what his plan is, Andrea. Get him.
Yeah, I was looking at D5. That's why I normally don't push C4, but.
Knight C3 here.
Yeah.
My dad is really begging us to ask you this. Did you read Romanian Grandmaster Shuba's book on the hedgehog?
I think I leafed through it. I was definitely aware of Shuba's games from other books. I think Secrets of Modern Chess Strategy by John Watson. There's a section there about Shuba and his games in the English as white. And I definitely was familiar with his ideas in the hedgehog as well, at least at a later age.
So here, what would you play, and then I'll tell you what you did at age 10.
I think I would go d5 as black.
That's what you did at age 10 as well. See, I'm getting a little bit suspicious that we're just playing you and not you at age 10.
I will tell you that the other obvious move, castles, basically just blunders a piece to d5, followed by d6.
I was planning this. Yep.
Yeah. Which means that by process of elimination, d5 pretty much has to happen. And as I said before, -10 makes a lot of positional mistakes, but not that many obvious tactical mistakes.
Fair enough. So Andrea, try to use that to your advantage.
Yeah, I knew I was going to get an isolated pawn. I'm deciding whether I want to trade or I want to allow him to take. I feel like he wouldn't take my pawn, but I don't push this pawn too often, so I could be. I'm a little bit worried about this knight move, so I'm considering.
So Andrea's worried about knight b4. She's considering a3 here.
Yeah, that's reasonable. A3 is a very typical move in Isolani types of positions.
Magnus
so
says reasonable. I play.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel when you say the word reasonable, but it's better than what I think was educational mistake.
Instructive
mistake. Yeah, I do like reasonable better. So D takes
C4. Oh wow, he didn't castle. Okay.
Yeah, D takes C4. I guess is okay. Would have preferred castles since you can take C4 later.
Just keeping the pressure.
So you played D takes C4, bishop takes C4, and do you know what you said?
Wait. Before there, would you suggest that white should not allow taking on C4 and we want to trade on D5 first, or it's okay to also keep the pressure as white?
I probably wouldn't take on D5 because after knight D5 you have to deal with the bishop. Yeah.
Okay.
If knight D5, queen D5, the queen is unassailable on D5. So I would probably, unless there are tactics with rook E1, knight D4, rook B4.
Okay.
But I would say generally speaking, it's better to keep the tension.
Okay.
So candidate moves would be A3, rook E1, or rook C1.
A3, rook E1, or rook C1. Nice. Okay.
So in this position you castled and your 10-year-old said, "I castled!" ! Watch training videos to learn more. So for those of you watching, if you want to learn more about this castling, make sure to do command play Magnus.
Sure. I was all about selling and making that money when I was
All right.
Yeah, you started really early. It's very impressive.
It sounds like a joke, but my dream job when I was little was being a cashier.
Aww.
I just wanted. I loved doing little jobs for my parents and getting money for it, and I would just carry that money around everywhere. I would be so proud. So my dream job was being a cashier, so I could just count money all day.
That's so cute.
Oh.
Okay.
Instead you get to count, material all day, I guess.
Sure.
Chess material.
I was gonna make a rook move, but then it'll look like I'm just playing what Magnus is saying, so I'm debating on pushing h3 first and then doing it. But I feel like h3 isn't necessary because if they play here, I play here.
Maybe say the move so Magnus can follow
Oh,
what you're saying.
yes. Magnus, you're not using the
I'm
link.
watching on the board now, so
Okay.
it's all good.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm trying to decide whether I want to keep this diagonal in case of like a bishop d6 and a knight e5, or if I'm not worried about knight h5, I want to go to e3, and then if they... Okay, I'm gonna push h3.
Okay. Magnus, what would you play here as black?
I would think of rook c8.
That's exactly what you played.
Okay, I will probably match him as long as I'm not blundering my bishop, which, this is the issue with the isolated pawn because I can't do queen e2, but I have queen d3. There's threatening knight takes, and
I would say that I didn't love h3. You do have the isolated pawn on d4, which means that games are usually going to be better for black. The static factors of the positions are better for black, which means that you have to sort of match those factors with energetic play.
okay.
So in that sense, h3 feels a little bit slow to me. It's by no means a mistake. It's just that it doesn't 100% meet the demands of the position.
Would it fall into the educational inaccuracy category?
Yes.
Okay, great.
So, would you just would have played like rook c1 instead, or?
I'm not gonna give you too many moves.
Okay, I was trying. No, because I
But-
can't play
but-
rook c1 in this position anyway because they're threatening this. So I was.
I would say rook c1 is definitely one.
We
of
can
the
analyze.
moves.
We can analyze later. But I mean, here black has a threat, so I can't play any of the moves that I could have in that.
Okay, so I'll tell you that there's one move here.
It's okay. No hints. Don't give me hints.
I would say no. I'm speaking in general terms.
Okay.
Any player who plays a lot of this IQP sort of structure, meaning isolated queen pawns, pawn structures, they would make this move pretty much automatically here.
Well, you see, that's a great thing
would they
since I
make-
never played these structures ever with an isolated
Would
queen
they
pawn.
make the move?
Exactly. So you make the move h3 because you're used to playing the London, right? Because then you would usually need to tuck the bishop on h2 because there's a pawn on e3. But when you go for c4, the positions are quite different, and there's more of a demand for more aggressive play.
See, that is making me think about an aggressive
I'm
move
gonna give
like
you a
d5.
hint.
Where were my
Gonna give you a
hints,
hint.
Magnus? Where were my hints?
Wait,
I
no,
know,
wait, let me
but
look.
you played really well. I'm
D5
gonna give you a
seems
hint.
so obvious, but maybe this isn't it.
D5. I'm gonna tell you D5 doesn't work because of knight a5. You just
Oh.
lose a pawn.
Oh, duh. Yeah, and then bishop a2, and then they take.
So why did you go h3?
Yeah, Andrea, why?
In case there was a knight h5, so I could go bishop h2.
Huh? And that gives you a very good hint for what your next move should be.
It does,
Yes.
but you're threatening knight takes d4. That was a very good hint. Very good hint. It's obviously very obvious.
Is there a similar move to bishop h2?
There's
Don't,
a bishop
don't panic. You got this, Andrea.
g3, but that does nothing. Why would I want to move my?
It's a move that is very similar to bishop h2, and it deals with black's threat of going knight takes d4 followed by rook takes c4.
Let's see how it deals with it. So if I play bishop g3, they take. What am I gonna be threatening? Bang, 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 bang. Well,
Also, Andrea, when she calculates, she says bang, bang. So just in case that was confusing.
That's okay. It doesn't bother me.
But the 95. I'm so embarrassed that I can't see after knight takes here. I don't like knight takes or queen takes, but I want to find this line.
Okay, what would be the mirror of bishop h2?
The mirror of bishop h2? What do you mean the mirror? Is that a metaphor? The bishop a2 you're going for?
Yeah.
Oh, so it was never bishop g3? Oh, so I was just calculating the complete wrong thing for no reason? Oh, okay. I completely misunderstood when you said a similar move to bishop h2.
But now
I
you
don't
got
want
it.
to play it though. I
You
don't want
should
to play
play
it.
it.
No,
You
no,
don't-
it feels
no.
like it's cheating.
You
I'm
should
not
play
gonna
it.
play it.
But
No,
you should play it for okay.
no, I'll play something else because now
No,
Okay,
so it's
okay.
instructive. So it's instructive. I think bishop a2 is okay.
no, cheating. I'll play queen
Okay.
d3.
We don't want you to lose.
Queen d3 is an excellent move, so you can go for that.
And now she won't do that one either.
What do you mean an excellent move? If it's an excellent move, then why would you suggest bishop a2 and not the excellent? What is bishop a2? A super excellent move?
I would say they're equivalent.
Okay, I'm gonna play here. Just so that I don't play the move that he hinted
And
I would say that bishop a2 was maybe
a little bit.
slightly more accurate since it's more flexible.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
The bishop needs to go to a2 regardless.
Well, now I know exactly for later moves.
so Magnus, guess what you played here?
Knight a5 probably.
Knight h5.
Aha!
Ugh.
Oh, my
Why-
stress
why do you
is
not like that
finally
move?
coming.
It's decentralizing.
So
Okay.
are you into crypto? No, I'm kidding. Don't.
Very niche joke right there.
My bad. This is
Didn't
why
you
Andrea
say that
leads the
puns
conversation.
I would say, yeah, it's a decentralizing move. Bishop h2 is something you might want to do anyway, and it just leaves the knight hanging and gives up control of the center for no reason. I would say I probably needs to go back now. Knight f6, maybe bishop d6 is an idea. I don't particularly like it, but that would be the only justification, trying to take control of the f4 square.
Yeah, knight h5 was quite a waste. Just made my h3 seem like it actually served some purpose.
It did serve a purpose.
Now it did, but initially...
You know the mind of Magnus 10 better than I do, apparently.
Exactly.
So here you played h6.
Oh, nice one, Magnus.
Ugh. Okay, I'll tell you why h6 is a move that is mildly disgusting to me.
If
You were
this is mildly
starving,
disgusting,
you were sleep deprived, you were dehydrated, you still wouldn't
I
play
wouldn't
it.
play it. No, I wouldn't play it.
Exactly.
So, a move that, well, both queen d3 and bishop a2 can serve the same purpose, which is to set up a battery on the long diagonal from b1 to h7. And when you do play h6, you severely weaken your king side, because you would love to play g6 later on there. H6 probably means that in case the white bishop goes to b1, you have to play g6 anyway, and then you've really created a pretty bad weakening. Then you can imagine sacrifices on e6, followed by the bishop, the pawn hanging on g6. 6 really, it may not be bad concretely in this exact position. I think it probably is, but conceptually it's really poor.
You know, well, the first time he hinted moving this bishop, I wasn't gonna do it, but now it's just too juicy.
are you gonna do it, Andrea?
I have to move him, I'm curious why a2 b1 is better than b3 c2. I know b3 would block my pawn, but I wouldn't want to use the b1 square because I don't like. I mean, I guess I can move my rook first, maybe. But I think just I'll go a2 just because it seems more positional.
Okay.
Bishop d3 was completely reasonable as well.
Okay.
It's good that you don't take my burden, that you actually think for yourself as well. That's great.
Okay, and your turn to think. Guess what you played here.
Am I gonna like it?
I don't know. I can't give you a hint.
You can give me some hint.
It's a decent. I think it's a decent move, but I feel like we're not on
Let
the
me see it.
same brain length in terms of chess
Okay,
here.
Bishop D6.
Yes. See,
Perfect,
I hinted
yes.
you very well. I hinted you very well.
Okay, very good, very good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only reasonable.
Seems like a
Go up
decent
here.
move. So here I was planning to play knight e5. I'm a little bit worried about my d4 pawn, but I always have rook d1 if I want to defend. But oh, never mind, that's a blunder. Yep, because my queen will be hanging. Never mind, I was never considering knight e5.
Do you really think that I can't claim the Botez gambit because I didn't invent blundering, or did you just say that for content?
Bang,
I think the
bang.
truth is somewhere in between.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
If I play
Never say-
bishop,
I never say things purely for content. There's always a grain of truth and seriousness.
Yeah, I mean, you've had like under a dozen streams, so if you were saying things just for content, I think you're a real psycho.
Sure, I might be saying things for content right now. But again, they're gonna have a grain of truth to them.
So I am good at chess. No, just kidding, just kidding. Don't take back the compliment. Move on, move on. Okay, rook d1. Guess what you play here as black.
Probably chopped off the bishop on h2.
Good.
chop it off.
Yep.
Okay, I'll take with the king. Kind of gonna lose the tempo. I'm assuming he might play queen d6, but
So this has improved Magnus 10's position a lot. With the pawn again on d4 against the pawn on e6, white has some space advantage, and trading off pieces is generally good for black. Also bringing it closer to an endgame where the white pawn on d4 might be a weakness. So
I will try to
these two
avoid
moves
the
have been-
queen
have been
trade.
excellent.
Magnus, you made another reasonable move here. What do you think that is?
Queen d6 check.
Yes.
That's what I said. Okay. I don't think I want to push g3 up because of my knight. So I guess I have to run back. Yeah, I'm not starting to like this. And then they can bring the rook to d8. I guess I'll always have bishop b1, so I have some idea. They have knight.
Magnus, to
here.
feed your ego, I'm going to read you a few chat comments. Oh my god, I just joined. Magnus, you are my freaking hero.
Yeah, that's enough. We can just read one.
Magnus is live on my screen, all caps.
Yeah, I don't know how to react to that.
Yeah, no
But,
reaction.
thank you.
Keep him humble, Alex. We want him to collab with us again.
Magnus is my god. It is Easter, so I'm done. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
Alex is great at making things so awkward.
That's not true.
Dude, it's like you put people on the spot for the weirdest thing. Like, you know how you hate getting compliments? You absolutely hate them. And you're just like, let me just read these compliments about how you are God. Okay, so what did good old 10-year-old
So
play?
you played.
It's a good compliment, though.
Yes. Okay. You played 97 here.
Silence?
I would say great stuff.
For are you complimenting your 10-year-old self?
Oh, absolutely. Opening up for the bishop, taking more control over the d5 square.
Yeah, that was
Something
a nice
like.
move.
Something
Yeah.
like.
Sigh. If I
Andrea's
play here,
considering bishop b1 here. This is what she's
he'll
calculating.
come
and
here.
she's
Oh no, I
afraid
got
knight
a fork.
f5.
No, do I? Do I have a fork?
Yeah, you guys, if you want to try playing Magnus yourself, his Twitch chat, he streams sometimes, but just do command play Magnus instead, because you can play Magnus any time of the day, at any age.
I
That is
think.
very true.
Oh.
You can actually subscribe to Play Magnus.
Oh yeah, you can't
Can't
subscribe.
Oh yeah,
to
you
his
can
Twitch.
actually use Twitch Prime too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, play
I
Bishop.
actually saw a lot of creative artwork in your chat the other day, so that was a fun experience.
Yeah, sure. I just believe in free internet, you know.
Okay.
Free internet.
Yeah. So, guess what you play here?
F5.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even consider F5.
So knight g6, was that an option or no after knight h4?
Yeah, 96 was okay, I guess. I don't see anything particularly wrong with that. F5 is considerably more double-edged since E6 is now a serious weakness. It also has some advantages, obviously besides defending against mate in 1. It takes control of the E4 square. And it enables a possible rook lift with rook f6 to g6 later on.
Okay.
But for now, it's not clear to me whether the advantages or the disadvantages of that move will weigh more.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, it created some holes around the king, and I would like to occupy these holes, so that's why I'm leaning towards ideas like this. I also have some more attacks. I'm always scared to push the F pawn when there makes an E backwards pawn, but
that's very reasonable. So you have to sort of go by case basis there to know whether you should go for it or not.
okay,
How are you going to protect against mate?
Very juicy move here. I know Magnus sees it.
Did I blunder?
Yes, you did.
No, really? Oh shoot, no.
Yep.
No, I didn't do it.
I can't
I didn't
take
do it. It
back
wasn't
the
me.
bait.
I was showing the chat. The chat told me to do it. It wasn't me. Nothing happened. Go back.
Okay, if I undo on the app, no points or brain power can be earned from this game. And I was honestly, my goal for this quarantine was to earn as much brain power on the Play Magnus app as possible.
This is brutal.
Yeah, so I will tell you. Before the pandemic, we used to have the Play Magnus Live challenge, where you could get selected for a simul based on how many points you won in the app. So that meant no takebacks.
Yeah, I mean, chat doesn't know this, but the way we got you on stream was actually by grinding Play Magnus every day until we got enough brain power for this stream.
Yeah, that's actually a package we don't advertise in Play Minus, but
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I was joking.
Well, this is.
What are you gonna do here,
I
Andrea?
should have known better. Of course, there would be a queen for.
you should fight on. You should fight on. It's
Oh, I will fight.
far from hopeless.
This very ugly, naked little king.
So here,
Sure, but you have your pieces are very well placed. In general, I think regardless of what black does, you have your next move is probably going to be pretty juicy. So yeah, I wouldn't panic.
knight
Hopefully,
d5 here.
hopefully 10-year-old Magnus blunders
Oh,
like I
that
did.
is a dirty move.
Uh,
Really dirty.
Do you really think you would have seen this at age 10?
No. I'm sure. Had so many such ideas. Like Magnus, at a later age, would just drop the bishop back to b7 and be happy with an extra pawn. But at that age, I was constantly looking for these tricks. So I'm not sure I would have played knight d5, but I certainly would have considered it.
Another chat comment, he's so humble, they said.
That's what they all say.
Yeah. Just keeping up with the appearances.
I mean, I don't consider it super dirty. I don't see what dirty tricks there are otherwise than turning f4. I have some ideas. I'm not sure if this move does anything. I definitely don't want to trade when I'm down. Could. I do like this move. Cause where's the queen
Alex,
gonna
stop
go?
reading chat out loud. I beg you.
It's
Okay.
embarrassing. I do like this move. I don't. They are definitely gonna bring the knight over here, which I guess is pretty annoying. But I can always put pressure on this pawn.
If you don't want your comment read, don't make that comment.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. It is my God-given right as a Twitch streamer to not only read their
I thought
comments,
we believed in free
but
internet.
you know what you can do on Twitch, Magnus? I'll teach you since you're new. You can actually look up an entire user's history of all of the chat comments they've ever said in your chat.
That doesn't sound creepy at all.
I would actually say I'm the least creepy Twitch streamer of them all. Yeah. Andrea, are you
I was
gonna make a
thinking,
move
I'm
here?
just gonna go with my first instinct. Silence from Magnus means bad move, but I guess we'll see why.
Usually it does, yeah. I think, yeah, knight b5 is reasonable. I think concretely here it probably doesn't work. Guessing probably queen e7 now.
Yep, that's exactly what you played here.
Yeah, I guess my move didn't really do much. Well,
What,
wait,
what
what's-
odds would you give her to save
what am I missing? Oh,
10%.
this? 10%. Interesting.
opa. So if I play knight
Your
g6,
your next couple of moves are going to be crucial.
lovely, no pressure at all. What? but
We
here I take
have
a
to
check.
build up the suspense for chat.
They're gonna play queen g5. If I play knight g6, I'm assuming coming to crush my king.
Andrea, this is where you ask for a friend.
Well, see, there's 4 of us here. I have 2 friends here. One of them are slightly better in chess. You know, no, actually, I'm gonna think first a little bit more. I'm gonna see if I can find the best move.
And Magnus, if you were, playing with a friend, what would you recommend to be the most tricky from the white side of the pieces?
I talked a little bit earlier about if you have a choice between
Andrea, that's a free
several
queen, not
moves.
queen g3. Don't
It's-
play queen g3, please.
if you have a choice between several moves and you feel that one move is necessary, it's a move you will have to play sooner or later anyway, it's often good to play that move first.
I feel like you could write riddles for a living.
I probably just overestimate people.
I think
Yeah,
he's
so let's
thinking about
try
this.
that. Let's try that again.
I think this is what he's thinking about. Which, I mean, makes sense. You can't read him. I don't know if that's what he's thinking about. Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, I'm going to have to play this after queen here. But
He's
Can't say
watching.
anything
I know.
one way or the other, because if it's a good move, you're not gonna play it because I said it. and if it's a bad move, I will feel bad for leading you astray.
yeah. The issue is that knight f4 is going to come in, and they're going to take this pawn, and then what counterplay do I even have? This is just such a tough position.
Yeah, don't worry. No, take your time. Magnus really enjoys looking at the same position for a while.
I'm sure he does.
It's part of the job description when you become a classical chess player.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
He signed up for this. Okay, I'm just gonna calculate this. Then let's say they play
Maybe
here.
say the moves out loud so he can.
Well,
I know
he's
watching
watching
us.
the
Okay,
board,
okay.
so. And then I play here, and then what's gonna happen once they take my pawn? I mean, I'm still gonna have some threats over here, so technically I should survive. It seems like this is the move that Magnus hinted. If he didn't hint this, then I'm just gonna blame Magnus anyway. So here we go. All right.
Very good. Very good.
Yay! Okay, that took a little bit too much time. I apologize. Let's see
No,
what you played.
that's absolutely fine. Your thought process was good.
Okay, so you played a6. Yeah, my move was a little bit pointless. Initially, when I moved your queen, I thought I was helping myself by putting your queen on this file, but I didn't realize it was helping you because you're getting these dark squares to attack, so this was just a waste of time. I'm gonna have to retreat. Don't have any choice here. Let's put it in on the app. You play, okay. Oh, well, it's pretty obvious, so you're going into the forcing line, what we looked at.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking queen e3 and I allow you to take and I have this threat. The issue is well, yeah, I mean, I feel like you don't want to take that pawn unless I'm missing some tactics. So queen here. Did I take with the bishop or the knight? Does it even make... let's say you take with the bishop. I play knight here, you play queen here. I play rook here, attacking your queen, defending my knight. I mean, it looks like I can stop the queen g5 threat. You play bishop maybe to block my rook. If I take, you give a check, and then it's gonna get really messy. So, well, I have to move my queen though, so I guess I can make my move and then think. So I'll move here. Do I have any other options? No.
Magnus just opened up football on his extra monitor, Andrea, so you might want to hurry up a little bit.
Sorry, I had to calculate. I made my move. Are you going to put it in?
What? Oh, yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I mean, I don't even know I was calculating there.
All right, Magnus, was this the move?
Yeah, absolutely. If queen d2, not protecting h3, so you're really just begging for queen h4 to come. So h3 is much better.
I put him to sleep for no reason. There was no point to think in that position.
Yeah, it's already late in Norway, and you're trying to replace the melatonin.
Just have to make him suffer a little bit more after that loss. It wasn't enough.
Yeah. So Magnus, what would you play here?
I probably would go bishop h3.
Yes! He didn't play what he said. Let's go ahead, stand a chance.
You actually played queen h4 here. Why do you not like this move?
I'm not sure I can say.
True. Let's let Andrea play first, and then we can ask you after so that you don't give it away. Because now you're getting nervous, right?
I mean, why can't it attacks the queen. If they trade queens, then I'm okay with
after
that.
After knight g6?
Yes, he sees. I mean, if they take and I take, that is obviously my most forcing move. Do I even have anything else that would stand a chance? I mean, I don't think so. Unless, bing, bing, bang. Unless I wanted to be a little trickster, this could be another potential idea. So it's gonna look for my most forcing move. So something like this, and that's about it. Let's see. Bing. So if I play bishop here, they
bishop
take.
a2, queen takes h3, queen takes h3, bishop takes h3.
I take check, and it seems like I would just trade everything. So I'm curious what would be wrong with this move, because this is clearly the most obvious move, but I feel like there's something wrong with it. Oh.
If you play... I'm not allowed to help, Andrea. It's your game against him.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
This is a serious blind spot. I can't figure out what this
really?
is all about.
Oh god. Oh god. What am I missing? Serious blind spot.
I mean, knight g6, I'm not saying it's a good or a bad move.
I'm just missing something very obvious after knight g6.
Yes.
Magnus, if you think this is a serious blind spot, you should see Andrea's driving.
Okay, let me think. I'm just nervous, okay? Well, I mean, they have to take this, then I take this.
Okay, let's try this one. How do knights move?
What? What the hell are you saying? I know very well how the knights move, Magnus.
Go, Magnus! Go deeper!
Keep going. No, just let me think. What are you saying?
Oh my god.
I seriously do not see what I'm missing at all. I don't see it. I have no clue. I have no clue what I'm missing.
Knight g6, what if he takes your knight?
Well, oh. Yeah, I don't know. I, for some reason, didn't think he could take my knight.
It's just nerves.
For some reason, I never looked at that. That was a serious blind spot. Well, because I was so caught up on this line. It's kind of like when you get tunnel vision on the most forcing line. So I was just assuming that they definitely take here because that is black's biggest threat, and I just get tunnel vision, which is pretty common for me to blunder like that.
It
so.
happens, and this is a tough game to defend.
Well, and I feel like this is kind of my only other trick, but they can just defend that. But I'm just gonna make a move now, and just
Okay, so but
doom.
let's continue a bit. So you don't necessarily stop the line after knight g6, knight g6.
But after you roasted it like that, so you're telling me?
So queen takes
I
e6?
was just wondering why you were never mentioning the move knight takes g6, because that seems like
then
the most
bishop
obvious
takes.
move.
So I was on the right track, and then you tried to throw me off because you were scared I was gonna beat you.
She's on to you, Magnus.
Okay,
That
you know
was
what?
it.
I'm just gonna do it. I don't care.
Andrea! Andrea!
I don't care.
Magnus, let's play this game again. What move do you think you played here?
This and this. And
Knight
this.
g6.
Yes, you got it. I don't know how.
Okay.
You nailed it. Wow.
Take check.
Okay.
Maybe I should have calculated, but it's too late.
Yes, you
King
should have.
h8.
Wait, no, let's just let it happen.
King h8. King h8.
Oh, they don't play king h7.
Right, because what happens if you take the knight?
What?
If you
Oh,
take-
right. Well, obviously then they take on h3.
So what you needed to do was to take on g2 instead. And since you're protecting e3, h3. If knight f4 comes, then king h2. And obviously you're pawn down, but you're sort of holding on. At the very
Yeah.
least, everything's protected, and then after all, -10 has some weak squares in his camp as well.
Yeah, it still looks really ugly.
It does look very intimidating, so I understand why you're looking for outside tactics, Andrea.
Yeah, I
as-
took this
as
pawn
a
way too
human
fast.
here.
I think I was just fed up with this game. Well, I thought that I could follow up with some bishop takes here, but then I just blundered my knight for no reason. And I thought I was going to win this knight because I looked at king h7. I did not look at king h8. So I think it's just
Yeah,
lost
king
now.
h7, bishop f5, queen f4 check was also winning.
King h. Yeah, I just saw this check now.
Usually tactics work out for a player who has the safer king.
Yeah, I think here I should just resign. I think it's pretty losing.
Are we resigning to Magnus at age 10?
I guess we could play on, but I think it's brutal because I'm gonna be down material. They're just let's see if I take here. What is
I love that the points on the Play Magnus app are called brain power because there's this song that is very popular on Twitch that is also called brain power. Did you do this on purpose?
No, I'm unfortunately not that big a meme lord.
Not yet, not yet.
Not yet. I do have a suggestion though. So you talked about resigning against -10,
Yes, I did.
and that is something now you have both done.
Let's not maybe say it like that.
How about calling that the Botez gambit instead?
No, queen
Magnus,
is much
are
better.
you trying to hang on to the popularity of our Magnus, I have a question for you. Where's your gambit?
It's a good question. Usually I take pieces instead of blundering or sacrificing
There's
them.
no flaws
That's,
in Magnus's
that's a little
play.
less exciting, isn't it? I
Yeah,
mean,
life
maybe
is just more fun having a gambit.
It is worse content. I will give you that.
Right, right. I mean, you had to wait for Queen's Gambit, but if you started blundering earlier, I feel like chess would have taken off, you know?
That is true.